Okay, so hey everyone, it's been a pretty long while since I've done a cooking video. Yeah, you can see my reflection in the bowl, we all know. So, anyways, what I'm going to show you how to make today is crepes. So, the basis is what I'm about to do. Now, the first thing you want for the base of the crepes, now why I'm saying this is because I'm letting you know how to make two different kinds of crepes. Like vanilla / regular, whatever you want to call it, and then chocolate. So this is basically the base before you add anything else in to make it either of those. So eggs, 4 eggs. Yes, I cracked them beforehand. And then you also want 1 1/4 cups of whole milk. Now I advise whole milk, but it does. I don't really think it matters. But I do advise whole milk. So now, once you've done that, just take an egg whisk, I think works better, and just whisk it together until you're, until it's broken up and stirred in together. But you could also use a fork, and what works best is just to like kind of smash the eggs first and then whisk it. So you just want to whisk it until the mixture comes together and it turns yellow and most of the parts of the egg are combined. So I'm probably not gonna cut any of this video except for transferring to cooking on the stove, because there's just no need to, because it's really simple. Once you have all the ingredients out, it's really simple. So next you want a cup and a teaspoon of all-purpose flour. Yeah. It's all-purpose flour, okay? So, whoever thinks it's a big deal that it's one-purpose flour, yeah, okay. That's a reference. So, whisk that together, too. Whisk it till combined. Some of this is just nitty-gritty, but, you know, none of this really needs to be done. You could do it easy, like, you could do it in a blender, but there's no need to do that when this is just so easy to do it by hand, and you don't have to do any other things. So, just keep whisking it until it's combined, all nice and smooth. So, just bear with me. So, this mixture isn't going to be super thick, but when you cook them, they're going to become sort of like pancakes. So, the reason I did this video, sorry, hit the camera, was because I wanted to do a simple cooking video, but, because once you've done the stuff for this, then, lay down all the ingredients, it's super easy. See, now it's sort of thickening, and, so that's good. Now you're going to want to add 2 1/2 teaspoons of oil. Vegetable oil, canola oil, either of those are fine. Okay, just make sure you get it all out. Now whisk that together. This shouldn't take as long. And then also you're going to want 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar. So the teaspoon of sugar is for the base. For now, I don't want to confuse you. So 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Just put that in, mix it up, all good. So that is the basis of your crepes. So now, however you want to say it, I say crepes, crepes, whatever you want to say it as. But I'm no French expert. So, next, if you want to make vanilla crepes, you're going to add 1 more tablespoon of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, that makes them a little more vanilla tasting and a little bit sweeter, because to Just, that's how it is. So, also, you can also make chocolate crepes, and for that, you're going to want to add 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Now, I'm not doing the vanilla ones right now. I'm doing the chocolate ones. So the 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, just stir it in. Now, I will leave all the ingredients in the description below. So if you didn't catch something or you felt I missed something, it's going to be all down below. So you can, of course, add your own flavorings and all of that to this, as long as you have the base mixture. So, just mix it all together good. This, I've had the chocolate ones before, and I think they're pretty good. So if you feel they need more than just 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, up to you. I mean, you do whatever you want. You make it how you want. This is just a recipe to advise you and go off of. So that's nice and chocolatey looking. So now you're going to want to get out an 8-inch pan, approximately. It doesn't have to be that big. I think mine is 10 inches or so. And some non-stick cooking spray, or you can just use regular oil and just wipe your pan with it. So I'm going to stir this up a little more, make sure it's all good to go, and I'll be back at the stove once the pan is heated up and we're ready to go. Okay, so hey everyone, I'm back. So you want to get your pan out, put the stove on medium heat, which is what I've done. It's been sitting for a few minutes, so it might not be quite ready yet, and then spray your pan with some non-stick cooking spray, or just coat it lightly with regular oil. Like that. Okay, don't do too much because you don't want them too oily. Let me just clean up around the pan now, because you don't want because it might start spattering and stuff when you're cooking. So, anyways, then the this will make it easier to just get the crepes out of the pan. So you want to have one of these or something like it, something to flip them that's large, about the size of your crepes, and then get something to spoon your crepes in with. So I'm just going to use a 1/4 a teaspoon, a 1/4 a cup thing. So just spread it out enough where it's just coating your pan. So this should be good. Just add a little more. Let's see. And then you can move it around, like, just fill it out there, make it look nice. Move your pan around if you want. And what you're going to do is you're just going to let it set, basically, until the top starts bubbling a little. And you're going to want to check it. And once the sides start hardening a little, well, not hardening, but they start getting cooked, and you can tell that they're almost done around the edges, you're going to want to flip it. So, you can see mine's kind of bubbling and it's darkening around the edges. These cook very quick, relatively. Okay, see, mine's darkening around the edges. Now, I'm just trying to be careful because I don't want to burn this or try on video. So, see, it's not completely done yet. So, if it's like has a jello consistency, then it's not ready yet. So wait a few minutes more and then flip it. So let's just wait. So these are pretty good. You can top them with basically whatever you like. Bananas, apples, I guess, caramel sauce, whatever you fancy to top these with. So now you gotta flip this. It's not too hard to flip them, honestly. You just grab them, get this thing under it, and flip. See, they kind of look like a pancake. So this isn't completely done on this side, but I don't want it to burn either. So you can turn this down a little if you think it's cooking too fast for you. I'll turn it down a little. And so I'll show you what it looks like when one side or both sides are done. So it's gonna turn like a dark, like whitish brown color. You could do anything with it, whipped cream, anything you want. So just check it as you're going. Make sure it's not burning. Let's see. How's it doing? Okay. That's looking pretty good. So just leave it a little more on that side. So let's see. Put over. See, that's about what it should look like. It's gonna have turned a little whitish color, and I'll let this side cook too. And that's what they're gonna about look like when they're done. So you can cut into them if you don't believe me that they're done, but they're done, because I mean they're very thin, so they don't take long to cook, especially on medium heat. So let's just wait for the other one to get done cooking. You can cook them longer if you want, just to make sure, but I've done this, so I pretty much know what I'm talking about. So that's it. Let me flip it over. It can be a little difficult. See, it turns a lighter color when it's done. So that's what they should look like when you're done cooking them. And that's pretty much it. You can top them with whatever you want. If you want to make some caramel sauce homemade, or just heat it up regular from the store. If you want to make it homemade, check out my other video for carrot cake slash cupcakes, and that had a caramel sauce recipe. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you for watching, and that's all. See you next time.